consume better content. Consume better fucking content. Like, for the love of God, just like what you put into your body matters for how you feel energetically, what you put into your mind is so important. If you're sitting there watching Fresh and Fit on YouTube or watching these channels that are just shit talking women and, talking about drama and getting into conspiracies and all this other type of nonsense, not only are you wasting time, but you are caught in this, again, this reactivity, this sort of toxic nonsense, this toxic polarization that has taken a stronghold over our culture. So read books. I try and read between 50 and 70 books every single year. Now, I've taken breaks from that. Sometimes I will listen to the audiobooks, right? I'll listen to a book instead of reading it. But consume better content. Consume content that's interesting and fascinating. And I'll listen to a book about time or quantum mechanics, or, not that I understand quantum mechanics, but I find it fascinating. I'll listen to a book from somebody like John O'Donohue, who is an Irish poet, who will, be writing blessings about marriage and life and fatherhood. Read outside of your field of interest. If you're somebody like me who's very interested in entrepreneurship and success and greatness and mastery, read books that are outside of that. Consume content that's outside of that, right? Go into cars and astrophysics and art and music. Like, get into the things that you're curious about and consume content in those fields. Because when you begin to expand your horizon and consume content that piques curiosity, it will make you look at things in a different way. And if you're just stuck watching the same BS content and the same content that is polarizing and meant to get you to click on something and clickbait, then you're just going to be stuck in this cycle of people feeding you information that is literally designed to try and hold your attention. Right? Notice that this video now is like 24 minutes long. I've told you stories about myself, about my life. I'm not trying to do anything that's going to there's no cutaway scenes. There's none of that kind of stuff. It's just, if you want this, here it is. Right? So start to consume better content and really tune into the content that you're watching, because I see a lot of young men messaging me, asking me about, these platforms that are hyper polarizing, that are, oftentimes degrading about women, that are, news-based stuff that's getting them caught up into all types of political nonsense. And it's oftentimes a waste of time. If you're a young man, or if you're a man of any age, and your life isn't in some way, shape, or form in order, like my life, my desk is messy right now as I'm looking at it, but my life is in pretty good order. My business is in good order. My finances are in good order. My family is in good order. My health is in good order. Now I have some solid ground to stand on to go and confront some of the nonsense that's out there, to go and talk about politics, to go and address those types of things. But if you don't have a solid foundation to stand on, right? If you don't feel like any of your house is in order, your health, your finances, your relationship, if all that's a mess and you feel out of control, part of the thing that's feeding it is that type of content, right? Where you can sit in the YouTube chat and make comments and shit talk people, or go on Reddit and shit talk people. That type of stuff is just a waste of time. It is a distraction that is meant to domesticate you. There are so many distractions in our world today that feed into the over domestication of men. So consume better content.